Hey team, Rob here, welcome to the video. The other day on my Instagram I did a poll asking team members here at the Cap what they thought the easiest double black trail was. Currently open, because GC, CT, Wasabi, they're all closed at the moment. So we had to pick from Kamasutra, Addiction, Rake and Bake and Third Base. And the voting was pretty close. You know, a lot of people thought Kamasutra, but slightly more people thought Third Base. So we're going to go to revisit Third Base, ride down there, and then we'll also shoot around to Kamasutra, and we can sort of compare the two, and we can see what's sort of easier and what features each trail contains. So we're going to start with the easier, which is Third Base. So we're here now. Third Base just does in there with that drop, and then go around a few more drops in the open before we get into the trees and start heading down the hill. So we'll chuck the gambit back on the head and head down the trail. Righto, Third Base and Pork and Puha share the same start section. I guess to truly do Third Base you do this first squirrel catcher drop, and Pork and Puha has the ride around. There is the two drops further down, which I have done in the past, I haven't done for a long time. So we'll see how we feel, but they do have nice ride-arounds. Then you go through a new wiggle section, which we haven't filmed yet, so we'll see that. And then you turn right off into Third Base. So let's get into the trail. Starting with the drop. These turns down in the open are always super dusty. Oh, that's tighter than I remember it. Yeah, I'm not feeling that gap. Especially not the way that the run-in is currently. Alright, so this is the new section of trail they built. Real dusty and blown out. Then you got the second gap drop here, which we're also not feeling. Alright, Third Base. Third Base has this main line round to the right, or the B line round to the left. So seeing as we're looking for easier double blacks, we'll have a look at this B line. So this is what there, the A line joins back in. Now we've got the steps down here, or the high line, round B line round to the right, but these straight line drops pretty easy. Into some big braking bumps. Got a million line choices up here. We could have turned more down the hill. Got an easy line, the original mid-line, and then we've got a new straight line out here. Let's go have a look at that, because that looks interesting. Just put the bike off on the side of the trail. Oh yeah, it looks like you just sort of gap off and into the berm. So we can do that. If we can get started from here, we should be able to. Alright, just got to control your speed. And then another roll. So all those steep rolls have ride-arounds. But what I like about them is they're kind of just straight down the hill. You don't have to Alright, we're almost at the bottom of third base now, where you've got the rock roll, which again has a few lines. You've got the easy line out that way. There's the far left rock, which is sort of has a drop, or the mid rock, which is nice roll. So I'll just do this mid one, and then straight away turning. Then you've got the third base lily pad jumps, which I haven't done yet. So you gap over there, and then gap off there. Carry the speed, you gap off that. That step up hip there. So that's third base, pretty short. It's got some cool stuff, got those drops, which mostly rolls. Yeah, the entry turn is probably the single hardest feature, but it's got that good ride around that we went on. So let's head back up the hill and head over to Kamasutra. Righto, we've made it to the top of Kamasutra. I did a video on the top and bottom halves of this just recently, so if you haven't watched that, watch that. But yeah, gonna cruise the B lines, the easy lines, because we're trying to compare what's easier. I sort of realized that I didn't maybe do that on third base quite as much as I should have. But even the hard stuff on third, I think, isn't as hard as Kama. So let's get going down Kamasutra. So you roll that or ride around it. Same with this, roll this, ride around it. I really need to get around to jumping it one day. So we've all gone down this drop, but there is a ride around. The same for this drop here. Loop around there or just ride around the side. I think that's a much harder turn than anything on third base. And the same with this whole section here. I think it's harder than third base. Whilst Kamasutra is far from the hardest, I don't think it's the easiest. We didn't do this easy line in my other video on Kama, but this is very steep and stepped out, much harder than third base. Then you got this gap jump that currently has no ride around. So yeah, definitely looks like you could sort of sneak through there, but you definitely wouldn't want to try and roll that. And then just all the way along. Oh, sorry. Big jump there, which probably isn't that big, but big for me. And then of course you got the infamous Kama step down road gap. probably pretty similar to their base lily pad. And that's Kamasutra. Alright team, that was a lap down third base and then Kamasutra, just having a look to see which out of the two double blacks is easier. The poll I put on my Instagram had them pretty even, but third base came out as the trail voted easier out of the double blacks open at the cap. And having ridden them back to back, I would agree third base is an easier double black to ride. It's not as steep, it's not as long, and the sort of A-lines that it does have are a lot straighter, and they got better catches at the bottom. They're not as steep. Even the B's on Kama are pretty hard. So if you're looking to step up to double blacks here at the cap, give third base a go. It's got good ride arounds and the hard features aren't super hard. So it's a good way to build up to other double blacks here at the cap. So, like normal, like if you liked, subscribe, see what's the next one. Till next time team, ride on.